Today, I'm down in the village and it is lunch time. I will be cooking lunch for 10 members of the family. I'm cooking using traditional jiko using firewood. This is a Kalenjin typical kitchen. It is a small house built with mud and smoothed with cow dung and some colored soil. The walls and the floor is so smooth, you might think it is cemented. The ugali now is almost ready. It is ready to be put on different plates and different plates to be put for we have about 3 groups here. There is one for the shepherd, and then there is one for the head of the house. We will also have one for the mother and the children. The mother normally in a Kalenjin setup, the mother eats with the children in the kitchen. Guys, that is ugali that you are seeing being scooped belongs to the shepherd. The shepherd will be eating alone, and then the next plate that you see is slightly bigger than any of those, and this one is for the mother and the children. You must note that the mother will always eat with the children from the kitchen. And there is also the bigger house where the husband will be seated, will be eating from. So this one is for the children and for the mother. You'll be able to see later on as we are serving the family. I want you to note that this is a typical Nandi kitchen. This is now, the next one is for the head of the house. Now, he must not share with anybody. His plate is his plate. According to the traditional, he is the head of the house and he is respected that way. So that is his plate. And even if you run short of ugali, you must not open his plate and cut a piece. It has to be taken as complete as that. Now, the remaining piece of ugali, we make it slightly more so that you will not miss someone who will be passing by and might be hungry. This could be even a stranger that you don't know, but he'll pass by to say, we want, give me water. But instead of giving water, this is being generous to give this person something to eat so that he can even continue with the rest of his journey. The next stage of the of that kitchen, we have an oven. Guys, you can see an opening. Just after the jiko, there is an opening where we put our food, the ugali in the plates to keep hot. That is the place, guys, that we put our ugali to keep it hot as we wait for the vegetables to be cooked. As you can see, it is a hollow place where it will swallow several plates. You can imagine even the shepherd has not yet arrived. So his ugali will remain hot in that place. That's how we preserve ugali. Sometimes the same place, we can even cook ugali in the morning, but it will remain hot until even supper. My next move now is the vegetables. I'm just finishing cutting them in small pieces. This is pumpkin leaves. It is very nice when it is cooked well. It has some good taste. It is also so nutritional. So welcome and watch. So I'll have some onions, and then I'll have tomatoes. I'll have some fat. As you can see, I'm beginning by putting a sufuria. It is a shape of a pot like. A long time ago, we used to use some clay pots, but now we have aluminum pots. Now I'm putting some oil to burn. Then the next process is to cut the onions into small pieces, and should be put to burn with oil. And some salt also will be added to make it taste good. So I'll begin by adding the onions, and then I'll prepare tomatoes, guys. Yeah, it is. The children are waiting outside there and they are playing, but some of them are hungry. There is one who has just come and sat inside here to see whether things are getting ready quickly, because hunger is already biting them. So I'm doing it as fast as I can to make sure that we feed our children. Yeah, you can see there is one child that is helping me. That's a girl, guys. Girls are always not far away from their moms, because they are also future mothers. So they are learning how to work. They are learning how to cook. Yeah, so I'll light the fire now. I'll lit the fire by adding some firewood. Some firewood, and I'll use a pipe. It's a hollow pipe that you can put your puliza. You can puliza, or how? Yeah, you can blow the pipe, taking some to make the fire lit. You can see, guys, that is what I'm doing. Instead of using my mouth, but I'll put my breath through that pipe, and it will light that fire. A very easy way of making the fire burn with quickly. So this is the kind of a kitchen that we have, guys. It is made in such a way that you can see the fire ahead there. It is that hollow place where we put the plates full of ugali. The fire that is burning ahead here is sending some heat to keep that ugali hot. Yes. So that is it. As you can see, stirring to make sure that it is cooked. Onions to be soft, and then we will add vegetables on it. Yeah. So this is a typical kitchen for the Nandi, and we are just waiting for vegetables to cook as we chat. This type of jiko is made in such a way that it doesn't use a lot of firewood. It uses very little firewood. There's a lot of economy. Of course, our country has decided not to use firewood because of climate change, air pollution. But so far, we are still behind, guys. We don't have these modern ways of cooking in the villages. So we still have to use firewood, as you can see. But it is advisable that we can look for other ways of using cooking to avoid deforestation, so that we have a problem with our climate. But this one, we are minimizing the amount of wood that will be used to cook here. As you can see, the opening of the fire, where the firewood is put, is so small, and yet it will just cook. As you can see, guys, the vegetables is just cooked with only oil and onions and tomatoes. You have noted that there is no water added to that vegetables. These vegetables have its own water. As we continue cooking, it will generate its own water, so that to make some soup in it. We'll continue watching and seeing how it forms its own water. This one will help the children because we cannot feed children with a dry ugali. So it is almost cooking, guys. It is there's a lot of heat there. I have to use something to to protect myself from getting burned. As I grew up many years back in the village, I watched my mom cook. She cooked for the 12 of us. And sometimes I would help her to cook. That is where I learned the art of cooking. It didn't matter, because even at that time I was disabled. So I could just go walk on my knees to the kitchen, and I will help mom to do all these activities. That's where I learned from. So as I grew up, I used to watch what my mom could do. Exactly what we've done here. We used to eat our ugali together with mom in the kitchen. And the ugali for our dad used to be taken where he was. He was seated in the main house. And he will eat alone there. But me and the children, mom and the children will remain in the kitchen and eat with the children. Now I'm testing to see whether it is cooked. So guys, sometimes we could be seated in the kitchen with mom, and you'd hear a sound from outside. Dad will be coming and he will make some certain sound, and you'll just hear from the kitchen that dad has just entered. And these are the words that he will mention. In Kalenjin, he will say, Lagoju. So I used to wonder, who are these Lagoju? Lagoju means children. And the person to respond to him was mom. And I used to wonder, what? I thought we were children. Now, guys, I'm adding some cream to our vegetables to make it taste. Cream from cow's milk. Yes, so you'll see how it looks. So mom will respond to the sound, to dad's voice outside there. So I knew where we got the name Lagoju, we were all children together with mom. That was very interesting. I used to wonder, how can mom be a child? But I knew she was also a child because we would eat together in the kitchen. He will not go join dad to eat together with him. We'll eat together and we'll share like what we will see today. It is still goes on. That is Kalenjin culture. So it is ready now. The vegetables is ready. We've added some cream. Now, this is where now we are adding some little water. But this water is the one which removes the remains of cream. And it will help to add some soup for the children. That is pumpkin leaves, guys. It is so nice. Now, the vegetables is ready to be served. Now, the person to begin to be fed is the head of the house. And the food will be taken to him. He will take the first serving. He is seated at the main house. And he will be number one to be fed. That is how we serve our men, by serving them first. The next serving are the children. We will make them sit on the floor in the kitchen. And then we serve them one by one. That's what my mom used to do, guys. My mother would make us sit down on the floor and will start serving us one by one, making sure that each child gets a share. And she will serve equally. And as you can see, that is what I got from my mom. Imagine the 12 of us. May Mama Cheptum rest in peace. That was a great mom to us, guys. Now, I'm now after serving the vegetables. The ugali now comes in from the big bowl. Remember, guys, this is a big bowl. After serving the children, of course, from the same bowl, the mother also will get a share from there. And she will be the last one to serve herself. If this food gets finished, the mother of the house will just stay without food. Many times I saw mom, guys, feeding us, and sometimes we will eat everything that she cooked, and she will not eat. That was the greatest sacrifice mom made for our sake. The greatest love of a loving mom. So the shepherd will be fed later when he arrives. And so that is the ugali that has remained on that big bowl. So mom will be eating last. But she will remain watching on the children until they are satisfied. Thank you. So the other girls and boys that are outside will also be fed before mom eats anything. Those are beautiful girls and boys eating. God bless you. I've remained there watching over them to see that they have eaten and they are full and they are satisfied. I'll also give them some little milk, guys. Children need milk for their growth. Milk has calcium. Calcium will help their bones and their teeth. It doesn't matter how little it is, we'll have to share them equally. Today we have some little milk that you are going to we are giving them, each one of them. As you can see, it will help their growth. So after serving the children, so the mother of the house is the next to feed herself if there is any food left for her. After we made sure that everyone else has eaten, it is now our turn to eat as mothers. This is how our kitchen looks like. Tapot is a place where we store firewood, and it slowly dries because it is above the fireplace. We have the sotonic. Those are calabashes to store milk. We have the itoik. Itoik is type of wood to be used for making the black soot. And then those are the sosik and cooking stick. That is our kitchen, guys. That is how our kitchen looks like. We have containers. We store water there from the river. And then after lunch, we are having some good time with my other fellow woman, discussing and admiring the sauteed that she has made. And that is wonderful. That was a great afternoon after lunch, sharing together. God bless you. Kindly, friends, subscribe and share.